What's up, everybody? We are back with the final recap of the week. And today was kind of a frustrating day, but honestly, it wasn't. And I'm going to get into it and why I wasn't frustrated with what happened. Because if you're going to see this and you're going to think, man, I would have been frustrated. So let's get into this. Today's bias was bullish because what I was thinking coming into the market was we had a strong hourly gap below here, and we were going. Let me get these off the screen. I'm just OCD about that. No, but we had an hourly gap below here. I wanted to see a tap and then get a continuation long into this 4 hour gap that was we've been moving up to the last 12 hours or whatever. So we come into the 15-minute chart. I had this gap marked out. The 1 hour I wanted to see us tap it and then continue, which you see is exactly what happened. And we had these, this hourly high, which is like New York AM high yesterday or whatever. Yeah. And so this was a really strong draw to me. And then this was our 4 hour gap. That this was the initial TP that I wanted. But anyway, so we come down, we tap this hour gap, and the initial trade that I wanted today was going to be this one here, like in mid candle after we'd hit this low, swept these internal lows. Where are they? We swept internal lows, like right here actually, yeah, and then hourly gap, all these lows, and then started getting displacement. I wanted to enter like right here with a stop here and TP this gap. So enter here, break even like here or here. And I just was like not prepared for that, which is something I need to work on. I need to be more prepared for, entries like that because we'll get into that in a second. I'll get into kind of idea why I'm not mad today. And that'll kind of tie into that entry and, whatever. But then we get a aggressive close on the 5 minute higher, showing that 4 hour gap is inevitable. We edge it on MES or MQ, and then we come down and then we close, strongly though after this wick. So what I'm thinking is, okay, give me a fill, either to this high or this one because they're both strong and we're moving. If you see here, we're moving, and that's kind of the whole premise of a continuation. When we're moving, take advantage, and so we get this, and I almost entered here, and I was just gonna go break even at this 4 hour gap and then hold it to here, which I'm going to be honest, I'm not coping. I missed this entry on this closure because I was looking at the TV. I had a golf video going. And I looked over for 1 second. And then when I did, this candle closed and then shot up here with the next. And I was so upset. I was like, dude, that was the entry. It's like, I'm no longer going to have TV going. Sorry. I'm no longer going to have TV going during market time. Lesson learned. But anyway, I was like, okay. Now I was like, we're still moving. I was like, now I just need to wait for another pullback, because it's like we're moving so aggressively higher, and we get this long candle down, and it kind of sketched me out. But then I'm like, but then we put in this low, higher low, and we get this candle, and then we get this one, this displacing candle, which was like, let's see, dude, why is it not working? We had a 50 something point move back up, confirming to me that we were going to continue higher. Meanwhile, ES was ripping. And yeah, you would say SMT, SMT. No. We were ripping. Like if you look, it wasn't like we stopped at this high. We ripped, through this high. We were just going higher. And this was at that point, both like ES was like right here when this candle was here, and we were just ripping higher. And 5 minute was the same way. We were just leaving gaps and going. So it's like, and we had this strong draw. So it's like I had conviction in this, and I've been working on my discretion, and so I just entered. I kind of and here's where the upsetting thing happened. I wanted to enter at this candle, and then slippage caused me to get an entry like here, for this high, and so with my break even point there, I went break even, and then it stopped me out to like a tick or two. But if my entry wasn't slipped, I would have won this trade. And so like because of the slip entry, I broke even this trade when if I wouldn't have had slip and I'd entered and it would have put me in here, I would have won this trade. So it was kind of cooked. But and here's why I'm not mad. So I've been working on, like, you guys know, like I took a loss yesterday because really I missed the good setup, and I traded again, traded later. Uh, and it's been like a battle for me to really break out because like my discipline is locked. Like I don't lose more than 500. I don't trade more than once a day. That's locked. And so it's like, and I've learned kind of how to stay out of improbable days. My issue now is on the probable days, I'm not pouncing on the opportunities that arrive. I'm just kind of too laid back, letting all these, opportunities pass me by. I'm not taking what the market's giving. I'm being too picky. And so today, and like the win I took in this break even this week have really been good because I've been really applying that predatory mindset instead of just sitting on your hands, because there's a point where you need to sit on your hands on days it's improbable, and then there's a point where you need to attack. And so I'm happy with this entry because I attacked when I felt it in my gut, in my discretion, that this trade was going to play out. It's like, okay, we're playing in a 4-hour gap. Why would you take that? And why would you take a long in a bearish 4-hour gap? And it's like, okay, well, if you have any market knowledge, you know that 4-hour gaps aren't something we normally just edge. And ES was showing me that because ES invalidated this whole 4-hour gap. And so it's like, discretion wise, I'm happy with this trade. I got to go break even. I got break even, which I shouldn't have. I should have won this trade. But yeah, I mean, I'm not mad. I'm working on discretionary entries, pouncing on opportunities instead of just being too picky. And so yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with my mindset. And I'm gonna obviously reflect going into the weekend on good and bad things we did. We're gonna have our weekly recap on Sunday, but enough yap. That's gonna do it for today. I'm gonna X everything out like always. I don't think I did yesterday. There we go. All right. I will catch you guys in Sunday's recap. Probably. I may post another video tomorrow, but I'm not sure. So I'll catch you guys in Sunday. I'll see you.